The Opaque Hourglass is a combat bow, essentially a crossbow that shoots bolts, that goes in your heavy slot and allows you to pick up your ammo after shooting it, and you can even stand on the bolts. Currently, it is the only one of its type and can be obtained from the Desert Perpetual raid. Similar to magazine types on something like a rocket, there are different bolt types that can be chosen. My bow has spring auger bolts and heavy bolts. Spring auger deals a small amount of damage after impact, which really is small, 15 to be exact, but it has a high chance to cause flinch. This gun already seems to have a very high chance to do that, to the point that I don't think it's worth running. Heavy bolts on the other hand deals increased damage, but the bolts are slower and more affected by gravity. You won't really notice the slowness or gravity affected bolts unless you're shooting at a really far target, but I don't think that will happen often, as this is a gun you're supposed to use up close with, considering not only can you collect bolts after firing, but there is another bolt type called Serrated Edge that will deal damage on a target when you collect one. I do not have an example of the bow's base damage, but Spring Auger deals 1146 plus 15 to the body, and 1538 plus 15 to the head, while Heavy Bolt deals 1260 to the body, and 1692 to the head, which is about an 8.5% damage increase. Currently, with Heavy Bolts and no active damage perk, a single headshot deals damage equivalent to a 14 times Master New Land Beyond shot. That isn't bad at all, considering it can go even higher with a damage perk like Elemental Honing. Also, something just to keep in mind, combat bows are considered as bows when completing bounties, but unfortunately Oathkeepers does not work here, which makes sense as you're not actually charging anything. Finally, bolts from this weapon do not last indefinitely, they have a duration before they expire, which is dependent on the persistence stat. This is how long a bolt lasts and what I believe is the base persistence. There doesn't seem to be a max amount of bolts you can have out in the world at a time, and you can collect multiple bolts in one go, which is really nice. I plan on doing another video once I've gotten all the different bolt types and a few different perks, but that might take some time. That's everything I have to show at the moment for the Opaque Hourglass and combat bow. Thanks for watching, have a good day.